I only have these 2 volumes. This was the first video I made talking about Foldabots, which was posted on July 19, 2022, 3.5 years ago by the time this video comes out. Those were the only KZones I had at the time, the only Foldabot designs I had at the time, and the only Foldabots that I had built back when I was younger. 1 month later, I made another video talking about how some people reached out to me via email, giving me digital scans of Foldabot designs, scans of the Foldabots comic series exclusive to KZone magazine, and I also found digital scans of the bios of each Foldabot and Lutabot from the FB account of Dave KZone Salazar, formerly named Avida Juan, a Foldabots fan. I made an entire spreadsheet and bought several digital scans that were missing from the collection of the first person who emailed me. Little did you know I was planning to make new videos talking about the comics, make new videos focusing on each Foldabot and Lutabot character in the franchise, talk about all things Foldabots. But then, I got a job at the start of October of 2022. I was only able to post 2 videos on my main channel while I had that job because I just couldn't find the time to make new videos while I was working. And so on April of 2023, after 6 months of working a regular job, I finally quit. And there were obviously other reasons why I quit that job, but it was mostly because I wanted to make more videos on my YouTube channel again. In the first week of being free, I made a new video, but a few weeks prior to that, one of the people who reached out to me back in 2022 told me that they were selling reprints of almost all of the Foldabots and Lutabot designs, and so I made the bold decision of ordering all of the existing digital scans of Foldabots and Lutabots that were available. In less than a week, the prints came, and I immediately started working on building them the next day. To add a little bit more context to the gravity of my decision, here's a brief rundown of the Foldabots franchise. Foldabots started appearing in KZone magazines on May of 2006, and a new design arrived every month afterward until October of 2016. Alongside the monthly KZone designs were the toy book redesigns that started on November of 2008. 8 toy books were made, consisting of redesigns of the first-gen Foldabots, exclusive Foldabot and Lutabot designs to the toy books, and masterpiece editions of 3 of the most popular Foldabots in the series, as well as an ultimate form design of the first Foldabot in the franchise, Buhawi. The toy books only got to reach the 2008 to 2012 KZone designs, and the rest are now exclusively KZone designs since the franchise ended in October of 2016. The reprints that I bought consisted of all of the toy book designs, excluding designs of Posada, Kidlat, Delubio, and Sigwa, because their designs were originally printed using a metallic sheen that reflected badly when scanned, and so no digital copy of their designs exist in the ethos of the internet, as far as I know. Alongside the toy book designs, I also bought the designs that appeared in the 2013 to 2016 KZone issues. There are 158 Foldabots in total. 85 of those designs are Foldabots, and about 77 are Lutabots. The Ultimate Agimat Force was a separate speed build video, so I'll count that as a singular design as well. I did also choose to build the Cherryfur Boy that came in the Toy Book Volume 8, so that's another design on its own. And the Sporticons were originally Lutabots who became Foldabots later on, so if the math doesn't add up, those are some of the reasons as to why. I did happen to neglect the Dark Ages designs that were present in Toy Book Volume 3, because I just wasn't really a fan of that whole concept in general. Adding all of that up, I was to build a whopping total of 164 unique Foldabot and Lutabot designs. I might be wrong on that number, but whatever. Future me will fix it in the edit. Or maybe not, because I'm probably too lazy to do that. I initially wanted to have 3 separate cameras recording my building process, but I ultimately decided on just sticking to my phone setup after the first day, because it was surprisingly the most convenient video recording device that I had, compared to my DSLR and my DJI Osmo Pocket. I started this speed build series on April 12, 2023. The first day proved that it took almost half or 3/4 of my day to finish building a Foldabot design and edit the video for it on the same day. So that meant that I would be spending 164 work days minimum just to finish building all of the designs. That's about 5 months and a few days, I think. Almost half a year. But that was assuming that I would be building a new design every single day. And in the beginning, that was the goal. Starting with the Foldabots Toy Book Volume 1, I was able to breeze through them one design per day. consistently until the very last design of that toy book. My editing style for the speed builds were very different on the first few designs, and I kind of ended up making Toy Book 1 a learning curve phase to this whole series. But once I figured out a good system for the speed build edits, it was smooth sailing from there, or at least that's what I thought would happen. May of 2023. This was when I started on Toy Book 2, and this was also the month when The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom went out, and I just had to drop everything that I was doing in order to play that game. That set me back by a few weeks, but by June 2023, I was back in the grinding stone. Toy Book 2 had a speed bump, but Toy Book 3 passed by quickly. And then there's Toy Book 4, which is what I would consider to be the black sheep of the franchise. To be completely honest, I despised a lot of the designs from Toy Book 4. I hated building the entire Microbots Combiner series, to the point that I truly lost a lot of energy into building new designs for weeks. Sapotron was built on July 5, and Alita, the next design, was built on July 24. That's like 3 weeks of nothing. I didn't even make other content during that time. I just played a bunch of Tears of the Kingdom because I just didn't want to think about building another Microbot at all. I finished building all of the Microbots on August 29, which is more than a month since I built Sapotron, the first of the Microbots. And then I took another break from the speed builds because I knew that I needed to build the first Masterpiece edition of Astig next. That build alone took like a week to build and edit the video for, and the next designs after that weren't too great either. The Orasons are 3 Foldabot designs that turned into watches. Not the best design. If I recall correctly, I literally let out a primal scream while I was trying to get the wrist part of the watch design to stay on. I had a bad time building Toy Book 4 in general, and to top that all off, guess what else happened during this time? August 1, 2023, the day my channel reached 5,000 subscribers. August 3, 2023, the day YouTube decided to demonetize my channel. See, before I was making Foldabot speed builds, this channel was focused on mecha anime related video digests. The Mazinger Z and Great Mazinger video digests are still around, but before those videos, I had Voltus 5 related videos. These were mostly trailer breakdowns and cast speculations for the upcoming Voltus 5 Legacy series at the time. I made a lot of revenue from those videos back in 2021 and less than 2 months after the fact. Those videos were manually issued copyright complaints from the distributors of the Voltus 5 series here in the Philippines. Not Toei, but Telesuccess. This was a whole issue, and I don't really want to get into it anymore. It's been years. I need to move on. Hell, this channel reached 5k subscribers around this time because Voltus 5 Legacy started airing on the GMA network from May to September 2023. And since my demonetized Voltus 5 related videos were still up on the channel when I reached 5k subscribers, YouTube found my content and my channel in general to not fit the policies of the YouTube Partnership Program. YouTube did give me the chance to make an appeal explaining that my content abides by the rules of the program, and I did make that appeal, but YouTube didn't really like my explanation, and so my channel wasn't able to reapply to the partnership program for 3 whole months. And so that meant that I wasn't gonna make any revenue from this channel in the next 3 months, and that deeply affected my capacity to build new Foldabot designs for this channel during those 3 months. And then honestly, it shows. I was only able to make 4 designs in the month of August, 2 designs in the month of September, and 4 designs in the month of October. This was truly a major setback for the speed builds, but things started picking up momentum again when November arrived. On November 1, 2023, I reapplied my channel for the YouTube Partnership Program, and on that same day, after just a few hours, I got my channel back in the program. This gave me a huge boost of energy to making speed builds again, and on November 15, 2023, started what I would call the second wind of my speed build series. I started to diligently build 1 design per day again on each weekday, and went on a roll that kept on rolling throughout the rest of November, the entire month of December, January, February, and March. The last week of March was a Holy Week, and so I decided to take a short break, but when April started, the ball started started rolling once again. And as of a few days prior to the upload of this video, I have made a total of 196 speed build videos. It ended up being more than the actual designs because I made marathon edits of each combiner set, as well as the full marathon videos of each toy book that I finished building. And on May 6, 2024, I finally finished all of the designs that I set myself out to build.
And now I look like this. It's been such a long journey. I can't really put to words how much willpower and mental stability I had to sacrifice in order to get all of the Foldabot designs built in such a short amount of time. I started these speed builds on April 12 of 2023, so I didn't really make it in time to finish within a year or less. But that's okay. I'm done either way. I'm done with the speed builds, and I couldn't have done it without the support of my Foldabots fans that left comments on my speed build videos. I post frequently on the Foldabots Facebook page and I get a few likes there, which is fine. They're probably fed up with me posting every other day there, but the few select Foldabot fans that were consistent on supporting me in this series of mine, this was all for you. I didn't break even on the money I spent on buying the reprints, so this truly was a passion project of mine. I want to thank Joe Mike Tejido for creating this series, this community of talented artists and designers of Foldabots. I want to thank him for bringing color to our collective childhoods. I want to thank him for bringing light to the never-ending battle against environmental degradation to a newer and younger audience. Foldabots wasn't just about giant fighting robots, it was something more serious and mature, and I respected that about this series. So if you're watching this, Mr. Joe Mike Tejido, I really just want to say thank you. This was for you. You've probably moved on from the franchise, but know that there are some of us that haven't given up just yet. Hopefully this franchise gets picked up again and rebooted or revived, however form that takes. I think I've definitely tried my hand on fanning the small flame of hope of getting the series back on track, or at least gain some traction, some word of mouth, going to a newer and younger audience. But a single person can only do so much really. A year of my life was spent to hopefully get the ball rolling on a Foldabots reboot, but I kind of need to close the book on this one. I think I need to move on to different things, different content really. I mentioned that I lost a bit of my mental stability on this whole journey, and that's just me sugarcoating it. Honestly, this was truly hard work that didn't really pay off in terms of my initial expectations, but that's okay. I'm done. I'm done for now. Who knows? Maybe I'll revisit Foldabots in the future. I mean, I definitely will. Just not for a whole year, or maybe longer. I just really have to close this chapter for now. For dramatic effect really. For content. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm gonna take a break from making content for now, but you won't really notice it because I'm making this video way back in the past, and future me has probably made new content that'll be posted starting next week. So as always, I'll see you in the next one.